Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Anno 1800. You joined us back in Sanctuary where quite a few changes have happened off camera. I did do another expedition and as you'll see, our zoo has kind of expanded a little bit. We now have orcas, we've also got pelicans, and we have boreal caribou. So our zoo is looking a lot more attractive now, and the city itself has changed a little bit as well. I moved a lot of my kind of main commercial and residential beneficiary buildings into this middle and tried to make it a little bit more symmetrical going around the sides. As a result, we have a nice population now. The workers have kind of increased a little bit more, and if we have a look at their lifestyle needs, we have had some of these that have been enabled and disabled. But rum is something that I would like to bring into my settlement, and we have to do that by doing stuff in the new world. But before we do anything further, I did promise that this episode we were going to have a look at raising the Docklands. So we need to build 3 Docklands modules, and I'm actually going to add some depots here. So we want to put some of our depots are going to attach here, and then we can probably fit another one in there and another one there. So we've attached 3 modules already to that, and that will also increase the capacity of the stuff that we can hold in here. I'm then going to just flesh that out a little bit by extending the key along a little bit further, just to bulk that out a little bit. So we now have trade contracts. The rum of it is that the more often you use the same trade contract, the more profitable it becomes. Okay, good. So what do we need to do now? We need to set up an import or export contract and level up the export goods by exporting 1,000 tons of the stuff. So what we might want to do then is if we go to our trade port here, where we are currently, timber's greatly decreasing and bricks are greatly decreasing. That might be due to the fact that I'm kind of selling stuff. So we're going to not trade our sewing machines. We're then going to go into this. We're going to start an import or export contract, and we are going to export the sewing machines. So we're going to start a brand new contract there to export sewing machines. We do have some global importers here who will buy stuff off us, but I'm not too bothered about that. We are going to trade away sewing machines, and I think that might be it. So Captain Tobias is departing. What are we looking at here? We don't have an existing trade history. So we can select a combination of goods to import or export here. I kind of just want to export them. Is there a way to export them and get like something else in return? We currently have passive trade coming in here for sales and sewing machines. And again, sales and sewing machines there, where we've made quite a bit of money off those. What I can do then is if I get rid of sales from this as well. So where are they? There they are. We'll turn that off as well. And then we'll just try and follow the instructions. So import or export. Here are your potential exports goods. Hover over to see how much of it you've already exported. It's export volume. You've exported nothing yet, so the current export volume is 0. Right? Okay, good. So if I take this out, so this is all of the available import goods. Some of them are locked. Hover over them to find out how you can unlock them. So here we need to export a certain amount of goods to do that. In the left slot, select a good you wish to export. The more complex a good is to produce, the more you'll get in exchange for it. Right, okay. And in the slot to the right, select the goods you want to import. Ah, okay, so it is that kind of trade. We trade one good for another. So let's start by trading out sales. We will import in exchange for that. We'll import sausages, right? So if we trade 50, we'll get 35. So this defines the exchange ratio, and then he will come in and fulfill any contracts. So we can do that. This pyramid shows you speciality. The high ranking goods get better exchange ratios. Export a good to increase its export volume. Do this enough and that good will rank up. Okay, so what we are then going to need to do... Oh, hang on. Let's go back into that so we can resume that. Hover over a locked slot to see the bonus to exchange ratio and Docklands module limit you will receive. Note below the export volume required to unlock that rank. Okay, good. Right. That's fine. So we want more slots here. And we do that by adding a brand new module. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to our modules. And this here, this pier, adds an extra slot for ships to trade. You can also put in the repair crane and a harbour master. So I'm going to put the pier in now. We'll put that in here. That gives me an extra slot for trade. I'm then going to add in the Harbour Master's office, and that can go kind of just behind here. Like that. Nice. Then, if we go to our import and export... Oh, we don't get any extra there. I thought that might give me something extra to trade. So what am I missing here? Ah, there we go. The exports office is what we need. So let's put a exports office in there. Good. Now we should have the extra contract. So if we go here, there we go. We have an extra contract. So we'll put sewing machines in there and we'll import schnapps in exchange for that. So we get a big ratio on that. So every 50 sewing machines we export, we get 335 schnapps, which is good. That's going to give us quite a bit of stuff. And then we've got all of this sort of stuff here where if we import certain goods, we'll be able to unlock the new stuff as well. So red peppers here, we can import them once we've reached a certain export volume for any item. Good. Right, okay. So we've also got glass here. We could export that, and that's something that we can look at later on. But for now, we just need to let that gradually build up. So next time, we can come back and have a look at this. We are going to go to Isabel Sarmento's quests now. So we need 50 Journaleros on La Isla, which is where we are now. I'm actually going to make sure that my day cycle is just set to noon so that everybody can see what's going on here. And then we will get to work here. Now, my main kind of thing that I want to bring from here is sugarcane. So that's going to be one of the farms that we build here. But we have a very small settlement here, which we can start off with. So we're going to start with a dirt road that kind of comes along here and goes along the other direction. Then we can have a look at what we need to build. So there's Journalero residences and a small warehouse. At the moment, in terms of our consumables, we don't really have anything that we can do here. So that's something that we're going to need to look at moving forward. We've got fried plantain, which is a production chain. We need 50 Journaleros to actually do that. And the rest of the stuff we can't really do anything with right now anyway. But we'll go to our lumberjack's hut here because that's the first thing we're going to need to build. I'm going to try and get this nice and in line with the rest of the settlement. We're going to bring that all the way to the end here so that we get 100% on the trees that we've got. We're then going to put in the sawmill just on the outskirts there, like that. And then we need to build our first marketplace. Not a marketplace, actually. We need the warehouse. There we go. Then we can put a dirt road that goes along here to link everything up. And then we'll build our first residences. So we got a Journalero residence there, and another one there, and another one here. And we'll just build a little block there. We've reached the age of tradition. Our first Journaleros should start moving in. And we have a target place here. But that is just telling us that we need Journaleros, I think. Yes, it is. Fulfill Isabel Sarmento's demands to receive Prosperity's contract of sale. I'm going to have this road come along here, like that, and another one along here, like that. We'll speed things up, and then we should eventually get 50 people living in here. I'm actually going to have the road go along a little bit further and then come down here, so if I do need to... Actually, we can't do that because we'll then lose access to one of the houses. Oh, actually, we won't. Yeah, so we'll keep this in blocks of 6. So we'll just build more houses. That's fine. And then we'll come up to here and around. And doing the same here. Just bringing it down. There we go. Right, okay, good. So we should start getting Journaleros in quickly. Let's see what they require. They want fried plantains and they want ponchos. But we can't do that yet because we're still waiting on a market. So let's build our first market here. And we'll put that one right there, I think. Like that. Because then we can run a road further up. And if we do need to put more residences in, we've got space to fit some in there. Good. Right, we just got to wait for this to fill up. They have a marketplace, so fried plantains shouldn't take us too long to get access to. And they'll also want ponchos. So for ponchos, we're going to need some extra stuff there as well. Likely going to be that we're going to need like some sort of production that will then be turned into those ponchos. So it might be wool or it might be that we need to get, like, I don't know, maybe we'll farm goats or something. So let's have a quick look over at the... Looking at this, we don't have any export goods yet, but I think that's because we're still waiting for him. Got a ship under attack here. It was my gunship, which is currently escorting, sorry, my trade ship there. Okay, good. So, one group... What have we got here? We don't need anything to do with that. So, Isabel. The Pythorians work the week to collapse. La Isla is their only hope of recovery. One group of Prosperity refugees from Prosperity Island we've been given, and we're a bit far out there. Actually, I don't have a ship to go and collect them. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the ships that we have in other islands. We'll have to go back to here. One of my ships again under attack. It is the Penguin. And what has been attacking it? It's not doing too well. No, we're not. We don't want that. We've got some flotsam out there. I'm also going to just find my ships a second. I'm going to grab one of these and we're going to have the Castilla just head out here a second. They're going to collect that flotsam very quickly. And then I'm going to have them also escort my trade ship here. And then is there a way, actually, for me, just while I'm here, to build something that's going to help repair those ships? So the repair crane we could build here. I don't have the steel yet. So have you picked up the flotsam? Yes, you have. We'll bring you back. So we'll bring the Castilla back here. We'll grab 25 units of steel and then we'll build that repair crane. Now the Marigold here, I'm going to send you to La Isla. This should be my ship coming. No, it's not. It's Madame Kahina coming back. This is my ship, the Castilla. And we're going to drop that gold off in my trade post here. We are short of some workforces, so it could be that we just increase a building here. We just upgrade a building here. Let's do that. That puts us back on firm footing for that. We are going to then drop this gold off. And then we're going to have the Castilla start escorting over here. Where is it? There it is. So the Castilla is now escorting the Penguin. And that's also good. The Lord and Lady is also there escorting to help out. That should do nicely. Right, let's have a look. Let's go over to this area here again and see how long. So Captain Tobias will be here in about 4 minutes. I have a quick look at my imports and exports. You can see here we've got plenty of sewing machines, plenty of sails, and we'll get a nice amount of schnapps and sausages for our troubles. Good. Taking a look at our market now, you can see bread and beer is another need that we should fulfill. So if we go over here a second and we change the export and import here from schnapps to bread, that might help us out quite a bit. Bread isn't going to do it because we haven't yet unlocked that. We do have someone available here, but we need to have exported 360 units of any particular type of good to get the bread. It was schnapps, and what else were we missing? We have a quick look at the market again. Beer, that was another one. Okay, so let's just have a quick look. Do we have beer unlocked yet? No, that's something else. We need to import 702 lots of sausages. So we can't do that yet, but hopefully he'll be here soon enough to do that first trade. 2 minutes. We're going to head back over here. And once our ship arrives, we should be okay. So next up then, what are we doing here? Let's have a look at what quest we need to do. It is literally, we've got to pick those guys up. But also we need to make some fried plantain. So let's go over here. Fried plantain. We need a banana and a fish oil factory. So the fish oil factory requires a free harbor area, which we do have. And we can just put that there. And then that will start producing fish oil, which is good. We then need a plantain plantation, which I'm going to put out here somewhere. Just so that it's completely out of the way. We've got a road that goes along there. Not sure how much we need for the plantain, so we'll just let's put the road in first. I think that'll be a good thing to do. We can go along here. Then we'll go to our consumables and our plantain plantation, and that's going to go there. Right, what do we need for this? It's 128 in our plantain grove. So what else do we have? We've got the plantain kitchen, which will go right there. then we can start putting in our plantation. So if I put this to here, we'll run that plantation to there, then we can have it kind of extend all the way along to here. And we don't have a lot of space. So this is going to be not ideal, really, because I would have liked this to kind of all be one thing, but instead it's got to have a bit of a weird look to it. That's okay, though. We'll keep that going. And I think if we just add these in along to here, works. And then final one coming along here. We're 4 short, so let's just add another 4 on there. There we go. Right, that's up and running, and we're going to need to build a warehouse for this as well. Small warehouse just going in here. There we go. Right, we have a shortage of workers, but that's okay. We can stick some new workers in here, new residences just there. And then we'll move the Journaleros along here, and that gets all cordoned off. Good. Right, okay, so looking at our ships, we should have somebody in transit now. If I have a quick look at my ship overview, there's nobody here yet. How we're doing here? We've exported 50. Not a lot. So we've got quite a bit to go. Right, well, that's fine. We can let that just continue. And if we have a quick look, we've got some more expeditions here. So this one to the Land of the Lions, I don't actually know what this one is. Just discover the Kulisma Canal and journey beyond the land where lions dwell. We're going to leave that one. What else do? We can do a pirate hunt. We can do a rescue mission. I'm actually just going to leave them. Residents will ask for goods that can only be produced in the New World. Set up trade routes to ensure a steady income, which we are going to do eventually. But for now, we need the marigold here to arrive and go immediately to collect what needs to be done. We do have a newspaper to review. Still no pub. So Rochenhof is missing out on a pub right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hypnotize my people. We're going to carry on. There we go. All right, the marigold has arrived. Let's go to our quest book here. Prosperity refugees. We're going to head out here in the marigold. Then we're coming back here. And let's have a look at what these guys are waiting for. So ponchos, we need some more Journaleros. Shouldn't take us that long. And we're pushing out in our ship. Ooh, that was a big pirate. So we're going to need to be very much aware of that. Hopefully that isn't going to cause us too much of an issue. But we have arrived. We're going to collect these refugees here. Yes, you may board the ship, and we need to take them to Isla. Good. Right. So, heading back over to the old world now. So, we need to get some rum being produced here. If we have a look at consumables, we've got rum here. We don't have sugarcane, and we can only do the rum distillery in the New World as well. But the rum distillery produces rum in the exact same amount of time as those sugarcane plantations produce their stuff. We already have a lumberjack hut here, so we should be able to set up a trade route for rum very, very shortly. If we head back over to Prosperity, or Isla, we can now drop this lot off. They are safe. So we need to get up to 300 Journaleros on Isla now. And the messenger boy has brought us a letter. Progeny of Samuel, you know not with whom you meddle. Leave if you value your life, else all shall burn. The Pythorians threaten you and demand you leave the region at once. You know not with whom you meddle. Okay, right, whatever. You do whatever. They know I'm involved now. So the Pythorians aren't very happy with us. But I don't really care. I'm being quite honest. What we're going to do is we are going to build another sugarcane plantation here because that is going to be very necessary to continue like being able to do stuff here. But we do have a fur coats production chain which we can do here as well. Cotton plantation, cotton mill, or the hunting cabin. Or is this all something that goes... So do we need to produce fur where we are? Right, okay. So this is something worth thinking about here. Ponchos we need 200 Journaleros for, so we haven't yet unlocked that. But we're going to build sugarcane plantations now. And I'm going to try and make a little blueprint for this because I think it's going to be important. So we're going to get the rum distillery next to it. Now, because we produce rum just as quick as we produce our sugarcane, I think the best thing to do is to make sure that this is all kind of one little blueprint. So we're going to go to our sugarcane plantation here. We're going to match all of that up, and that leaves us with 116 like little squares to fill. Right, okay, so we'll keep this going. Just do another 2 rows there. That's 56. And that's 66. So there's 10s there. That's 10. And that's 86. What about along here now? That's 100. 113. Right, okay, let's have a quick little gander at what we're at now. We're at 100 out of 128. So if that comes down here, that's now 111. And then we will just move the entire thing, just so I've got a bit more space. And then we'll have a look at what we can do here. So we're at 111. That's 126. And then we're left with 2 empty spaces. We can get a bat-eared fennec here as a reward for a quest from Wibblesock. I'm going to accept that for now. And I'm just going to slow things down a second because we kind of need to sort this out because I really want a blueprint that's nice and compact. So we're at 114 now out of 128. And that's 128 out of 128. Good. Excellent. Right, so we have a nice little blueprint here that creates our sugarcane plantation and our factory. So we can put that... let's put it here so that it's next to that warehouse. And then we'll duplicate this again and put another one in right there. So we're going to be overproducing our rum and stuff. Also, we're going to need to probably put in another lumberjack's hut here. So let's get that done as well. Now, this one is literally just going to be the lumberjack's hut. Now, it's not going to be massively efficient unless we put it around the back somewhere. So this is 100% efficiency. That can go there. Then we'll put another road in that goes down here. Good. Right, excellent. We are now up and running there. We're going to need some more houses. Is that simply because we need... Yeah, actually, we do need more houses because we need more people living in here anyway. So I'm going to put a couple of houses that go up to here. Then we're just going to frame all of this quite nicely so that that's done and in. People should now start moving in. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 6. There we go. Right, good. That should be more than enough now once people start moving in. Excellent. Right, so we not doing too badly on the population here. It's starting to increase. We do have obviously an insufficient workforce here. If we go now back to the old world, we can have a look at that cotton because I think we might not be able to make that here at all. So if we have a look at our consumables here. Oh, I've gone to the wrong place. Let's go back to the old world. Thank you very much. And then we'll have a look at what we might be able to do here. So we haven't yet unlocked fur coats because we don't have artisans in this location. But we can unlock it elsewhere. However, we need the artisans anyway because we need to unlock hunting here so we can get the furs which we can't get in the old world. While that happens though, we've got to go and destroy this frigate over here. So I have 2 ships left here. In fact, I have 3. 4. Even. But the Ave Maria is a trade ship. Now, the Ave Maria is actually going to be used in the old world. So I'm going to send them off to Isla. And that is going to become my big trade ship taking stuff from Sanctuary or from the old world to the new world. Now, let's find out where this frigate is so we can go and hunt it down. I think that's it right there. Yes, it is. So we're going to send our boats to destroy that. That shouldn't take too long. How are we looking on trading then? Let's have a quick look. and see if we can see if anything is upgraded yet. So what did we trade? Let's have a look at our statistics. Captain Tobias traded. We did sell it. We got rid of 100 units though. But is it because it's different units? Is it one specific thing that I need to trade to him? I think it must be. But it does say that we need to build some loading wharfs. So let's do that now. What have we got here? So this reduces the time for local ships. Now, is that because where can I put this? We put one there and another one there. There we go. That's the 2 loading wharfs put in. I think I might have just messed something up there because this could change massively. I want to change this actually. Is there a way to get this one bigger? No. I just don't like that it kind of goes off in that direction like that. And these look a bit strange now. We'll do that. And then with this one, we'll just shift that one around as well. There we go. That'll do.
Get some rest. It's going to be...
I think maybe we should have left them on the side, but never mind. It's fine. I reckon this is one particular good that he wants me to do. Yeah. It's just for one by the looks of things. So we can't do anything with that until we hit the next tier in it. So let's go back to our import and export. I'm going to take this one out. And I'll also take the schnapps out because we're doing pretty well on that. What are we looking at? So bread. Sales is my current leading item in terms of my trading. So we're going to put sales back into here. And then we are going to bring in... I suppose what we could do is we could bring in more of the raw materials so we can just continue trading it, but we don't actually need to do that right now. Let's have a look at what we're short on in terms of like what aren't we bringing in enough of. We've got lots of potatoes. We've got a fair bit of fish. I mean, wheat, grain, that's what we'll do. We'll bring grain in, but the ratio isn't great on that. What else can we do? Malt, hops, weapons. Weapons is something that we could think about exporting. Yeah, I think that'll have to do for now. Sanctuary's become less attractive for some random reason, and it looks like we have found what we're looking for here. Or are we still on the hunt for that frigate? Looks like we are. Quite far away from it, actually. Shouldn't take long, though. Right, looking over here. Have we got a trader coming in again? He's due in 1 minute and 30 seconds. But now that I have built a second one, I should now trade out immediately, like 100 sales. So that should jump up a little bit as well. Now we have 208 Journaleros on Isla. And hopefully our ship should already be there. It's not quite there yet, but we have reached town status. And if we have a quick look, I'm just going to make sure that I'm tracking. What do I need to track? What I would like to track, actually, is my production of rum. Because rum is what I'm going to send to the old world. And that's going to be a luxury good that people can really take advantage of. We can now stop producing ponchos. And for that, we need an alpaca farm. I thought it would be something like that. So our alpaca farm is going to go out over here somewhere. Probably in this little space. Or it could go here. I think there's a good place for it. Now, we can put a silo in here, but we need obreros for that. So we're going to leave that for now. We're then going to put in our alpaca farms. Probably need to put one there. And then I've got space for the silo so we can start producing the alpacas. And then we need a poncho darner. How long do they take? 30 seconds and 30 seconds. So the poncho darner can just go here. And we'll produce ponchos as quickly as we are farming the... okay. Yeah, okay, you can settle on Stockfisk. That's fine. I don't mind that. Now, let's head back over. Where is it? We need to just head back to the world. What are we missing? We're missing goods. We are missing a Journalero workforce, so we're going to need to build some more residences. But we knew that anyway. But now our Journalero residents should increase quite nicely because they are going to have access to all of the needs that they have. Rum as a luxury is still going to be taking a bit of time. They also would like work clothes. So that's actually something that we can do. So what we're building up now is a profile of things for our trade. We also don't have a fire station here, so that's going to be an important thing that we put in place. We're going to do that now. And then... oh god, this could be a disaster. Wasn't expecting this. One of my routes has a major issue. It's in Sanctuary. The ship has been destroyed. Oh dear. Right then. Okay. You're not getting trade rights. Leave me alone. Right, we're going to have to sort this out. So we need to go back over to the old world. The Guzzler's been destroyed, and it looks like it's lost all of its cargo as well. So where are the 2 escort ships then? Gunboat is here. Something else seems to be missing. I mean, that was escorting them. We've got a former Corsair as well. Where did he come from? Right then, we'll head back home anyway. Hello. Then we'll go, I guess. So the gunboat has arrived. Let's trade this back in. And then we are going to have to do this. So we're going to get... what can we do? That's a military ship. Another military ship. And the schooner might be our best bet. The Clipper, on the other hand, we get 80 more artisans. We should be able to do that. And then there's also the ship of the line. I'm just going to go with another schooner for now. Let's have a look. Where is... there we go. So he wants that. Where are our ships? Where's the Penguin? That's on its way back. The Penguin's what's being escorted by those 2. Okay, so where's the Starfish right now? They have what they need. They're done. We can pick up all of this. And then we can head back to Wibblesock and drop all of that off. Got the Snapping Turtle gunboat here, which is just kind of ready to go. We are building the schooner there, and we're also going to build another frigate. Then we're going to attach ourselves back to this escort route. We've got 150 tons of sails sold now. We need to build a police station here as well, which we can't yet do because we're short on Journaleros. But what have we got here? The Marigold is there, and the Ave Maria has also arrived. So let's just slow things down and have a look. So in terms of routes, we've got here, but we can create a route to the old world. So this route is going to go to Sanctuary. And in Sanctuary, when we create this route, it's going to be a charter route. Wait a minute. No, it's going to be a trade route, definitely. So, we're going to go to Sanctuary. We're going to start at Sanctuary. And in Sanctuary, we are going to load up work clothes. And we are going to then go to the New World. And we're going to go to Isla. And we're going to unload the work clothes. But we're also at Isla, we're going to load up rum. And we're going to unload rum there. And at the moment, that's all we're going to do. We're then going to need to assign a ship to that so we can sort that one out. Now, this one as well, we're going to need to assign a ship to that route. Yes, your ship has finally come in. We've got a bat-eared fennec, and we've also got good reputation boosts there. Right, okay, so we need to build a police station here. We can't do that until our Journaleros are up. And let's get this trade route finished off. So we're going to go back to the old world for now, because our ships should hopefully be complete now. The Starfish has that. What are we doing here? Taking a bit of time because we don't have enough workforce here. So let's upgrade a couple of houses. So we upgrade that. It goes down a little bit more. And I think we can probably just upgrade another 2. There we go. Hopefully I mean, it doesn't do much for us, but it's at least going to allow us to improve a few things. How are these guys looking? So now if we go to our lifestyle needs and we enable rum, we currently don't have any, but once my trade route is done, rum is going to be coming into Sanctuary. So if we go to our routes and we do this one, we then want to assign some ships. So we're going to assign the Ave Maria. And I would like to add another ship to the route. And that ship will be the Marigold, which is currently in the New World as well. So they're going to go and they're going to do that. And hopefully it means they're just going to be escorted quite nicely. Although I could unassign that. And then if I just click accept a second. And then this one. If I go back to the New World. You can see now Ave Maria is going. It's going to be escorted by Marigold. It's now heading off, so hopefully it'll just escort it all the way. I hope so anyway. But that's good. We are underway now. We've got that trade route set up. Ooh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. You come, it's fine. Back in the old world. How's this looking? We're still getting this queue for ships coming up. Might be that we need to just build some more houses and stuff. But that's been a decent episode. We've done quite a bit. The schnapps is coming in pretty nicely. I wonder if we can just adjust what we're importing here. Maybe not. But the alternative is that we bring in work clothes. But what you're noticing here is our sales are taking a bit of a hit here. So I'm going to remove the sales from that one because we're not producing them quick enough. We'll put timber into that because we're producing plenty of timber. Sales, on the other hand, a little bit more difficult. And I think that'll do us for now. We're going to go back to the New World so I can show you the island and how it is getting on. For some reason, we are going to pause the day-night cycle. That's what I should have done at the start of this episode. But there we have it. Right, we have settled a new island. They want a police station, but we can't build them the police station yet because we need more Journaleros working there. It's been a long episode with a lot going on, but I hope you've enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you all again for watching so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you for some more Anno 1800. If you are enjoying Anno 1800, I know Pax Romana's out and Anno 1800's been out for a long time, or Pax Romana's coming out or whatever. I've talked too much anyway. I'm going to give you guys a break for my voice. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.